I'm gonna see if I can watch this video without screaming. I'm a bit of a crybaby, and a scaredy cat, so I hate watching horror movies. But I know that a lot of you guys enjoy watching horror, so I thought I would give it a shot. Please watch this with me so I'm not so scared. And if you're a scaredy cat too, then we can watch it together, so it's not too scary. Well, I guess I'll just dive right in.
It's been a long year since I've done a Ring cameras video, and as it turns out, people are still creeps and a lot of new videos have surfaced, so let's look at some of them. This first video is a very real and grisly reminder that danger can be following you anywhere at any time, even to your front door. And it can be a lesson, especially for women, to be alert of your surroundings, especially before opening your front door.
Is the guy gonna like stare into the camera? Okay, so the mom is gonna go back into her house, and then what is that guy gonna do? That's so creepy. I'm already getting shivers from the first video. That's so creepy. Yo,
As you just saw, a
that's
mother holding her
awful.
infant daughter unknowingly leads a man to her front door and was mere seconds away from him getting inside. As the man approaches the driveway, you can see him pulling up the mask over his face to conceal his identity, clearly with premeditated intentions. As the man walks up the driveway, the daughter takes notice to him as the mother is still completely oblivious to the approaching threat. Luckily, she makes it inside and shuts the door in time. She only realized what had just happened after looking through the terrifying Ring footage. The woman made a report to the police as soon as she saw the footage, and what the police said was disturbing. There had been a series of reports of a brutal and violent rapist in the area who had been targeting women and children. It's suspected that he and this man were the same person. No sane person leaves their house with a full face mask such as this one if they're not knowingly about to commit a serious crime and want to conceal their identity. The woman in the video just may have saved her and her child's life just by the skin of her teeth. If you're not convinced of just how often this kind of thing happens, here's a similar video. A girl is coming home, letting herself into her house. Not even 5 seconds after she enters the home, two large men step on the porch, and the one in front immediately tries to open the door.
Yo, I'm never gonna go outside anymore. I'm actually never gonna go outside anymore. This is the last day I go outside. I'm actually like, this is too scary for me. It makes me so scared of going outside. Why are girls having such a dangerous situation just to be in their own home? Why is it so dangerous to be in your own home? I don't want to watch anymore. I don't care if I'm a crybaby. I don't want to watch anymore. I'm too scared. Please, somebody give me a hug.
Some people think the men looked genuinely confused and may have had the wrong house. However, the short window of time between the girl entering the house and the men stepping on the porch would have definitely allowed them to see the girl. You'd think anyone who just tries to open the door to a house surely must know they have the right house, or at the very least know who lives in the house. It could also be argued that when the man turns to his friend behind him, he's making mention of the camera, and so he pretends to think he has the right house by sticking around and knocking, despite the obvious screams from the girl inside as she notices the men at the door. It seems they only run off after the girl starts screaming, "We're calling the police." So unlike the first video, there's no 100% proof of whether these guys had bad intentions or not. Whether they were trying to grab the girl, or if they genuinely had the wrong house is up for debate, as there's
are
no
not
further
gonna
info
just
on
go
this
to a
video.
random person's house.
If it is the second one, still,
Especially if
everything
they
about
don't
the
know
men's
the
actions
person.
was
So
sketchy.
I can assure you they
In
had
this
bad
video,
intentions.
on the other hand, what's going on couldn't be more clear. In the early morning hours on October 16th,
Guys,
in
please,
Kent,
please.
Washington, a couple
Why am I
seen
watching this
returning home.
alone?
The
Please,
husband is seen
give me a
unlocking
hug.
the door, and seconds later, as the man's wife follows behind, she turns her head to a gun-wielding suspect chasing behind her. She acts quickly and runs inside, locking the front door. The suspect then spots the Ring camera and hits it repeatedly with his gun, effectively breaking the device. It's at this time that you can notice a second man there as well.
I'm like shaking.
The couple spent their night at a casino, and for this reason, the wife believes the two men followed them home from the casino, hoping to rob them of any of their winnings. Fortunately, they made it inside safely. The suspect with the gun was
Why is the
identified by
world so
police as
scary?
18-year-old Al Hussein Drameh, and he was arrested on October 26th. He faced multiple charges, including burglary in the first degree, and he pleaded not guilty to all of them.
Bro, not guilty?
With this fourth
video,
dumb? We moved to something a
Are you
little
dumb?
more paranormal. This was caught on a TikToker named Nolan Brock's indoor Ring security camera while he was sleeping on the couch.
Worker
At
bees,
1:39
please
in the
give
morning,
me lots
he's
of
awoken to the
hugs.
pantry doors opening
I'm
and
so
some kind of cracks
scared.
or bangs coming from either inside the pantry or from the doors themselves.
Why am I doing this to myself? I'm gonna have nightmares for the rest of the night.
With the fan running, the thought of it being a draft wasn't out of the question per se. He ignored it and tried to go back to sleep. But 4 minutes later at 1:43, this happened. One of the doors is aggressively yanked shut. And this officially removes any possibility of a draft being the cause of the doors moving. It's safe to assume he slept
I
in
feel
his
like
bed
this
the
is
rest of the
staged.
night.
Like, I don't know. I don't really believe it. This seems
This next
too.
video
This
also
seems too
comes from inside of a
premeditated.
house instead of the front porch, and this one can play on one of the biggest fears of a lot of people, and that is someone lurking around your house as you sleep.
Bruh.
In Wichita, Kansas, a family's Ring cameras captured some terrifying video footage of a stranger standing directly over sleeping 15-year-old Anaya Robinson at around 2:30 a.m. on a Friday night.
No.
This was the footage captured.
There's no way. There, let me get my wings out of the way so you can see this.
Anaya said once she opened her eyes, she felt like she was in a scene from a horror movie, seeing somebody sitting over her, watching her that she didn't know. Anaya rushed to her mother Angel's room, screaming there's somebody in the house, and after being jolted awake, Angel made sure her 2-year-old daughter and Anaya were safe in a room before calling the police. Wichita police responded quickly, but the intruder was already gone. It's likely the boy entered the house simply through the front door.
Yo, lock your door! I would lock my door. I'm actually never gonna leave my
Luckily,
apartment
the Ring
ever
cameras
again
clearly
after
caught
watching
his
these
face.
videos.
And using this footage, the police acted on a tip and were able to arrest a 14-year-old boy whose name was not released. The boy faced aggravated burglary and theft charges. In November 2021, a woman reported on Twitter that a creepy-looking man had been standing outside of her apartment
I need
almost
somebody to
every night
protect
for an
me.
entire month.
Who will be my
She
bodyguard?
included a
Who
few
will
of
be
the
my
videos
guard
caught
bee?
by her Ring camera.
I need at
and it
least
shows the
5
man
men to
creepily
be
standing
stationed
there for
outside my
extended
door, so
periods
I
of
never have to
time,
deal with any
facing
of this.
her door. At certain points, he can be heard speaking.
What if there's somebody outside your door right now? What if I'm outside
But
your
what
door?
he says is impossible to hear. The woman resorted to posting
Don't
this
worry,
on
I'm
Twitter
nice.
after her complaints to the police apparently fell on deaf ears. It was a few days after her initial post that she posted an update stating that her friends and family confronted the man, which seemingly got him to stop. Additionally, the post going viral prompted her building security to do an additional routine throughout the night. I can't seem to find her Twitter profile anymore, so there don't appear to be any updates on the matter.
I hope she's safe.
And in this last video, an El Paso resident's ring camera catches what appears at first to be a woman in danger seeking help at their front door in the middle of the night. But this may be a much more sinister situation than that.
Will somebody hold me? I'm gonna have so many nightmares tonight. How come it's always like guys chasing girls? Or like it's not.
At first, the woman appears to be in
It's like
distress,
there's a lot
possibly
of
on the run from
overlap
someone,
here.
crying and pleading for help. But things start getting suspicious when she hides anytime a car is approaching.
The world is way too scary for girls. It's still not safe despite so many years of progress. I mean, I feel safe in my apartment, but now I don't feel so safe anymore. I feel so sad for her.
Is she hiding from a specific person chasing after her? Or is she perhaps trying to not be seen from any passerbys?
Like, that's such like a raw cry. I feel like she really actually needs help. Will she be okay?
After the neighbor's driveway light turns on, a car's headlights approach from the right, and she's seen casually walking away, presumably to get in that unseen car, perhaps because her driver was growing paranoid that too much attention was being drawn, so they needed to leave.
Every time there's a random noise in my apartment, I feel like jumping.
Now you could
I
say
feel
that's
like
just a
jumping in my
far-fetched
seat.
theory of mine, but a month later, El Paso police arrested a woman who was charged with burglary of habitation. That woman was Krista Nicole Cordeau. The woman in the video looks identical to the woman in this mugshot. The charge this woman faced is defined as the act of entering any building illegally with the plan to do something serious, such as harming the owner, damaging property, or stealing.
Damn,
Suddenly,
girl!
the prospect that this woman could have
Never
been
mind.
trying to trick an unsuspecting person into opening their door doesn't seem so far-fetched.
I
As
thought you
always,
needed help,
keep your
girl.
doors locked and be careful who you open them to.
Man, I would have fell for that.
It's at least a partial form of this phobia, and the reason for that isn't so surprising. Being out in the middle of a forest at night naturally can bring out an innate fear we have programmed into us that's meant to keep us alive. That fear can stem from the darkness of the woods itself, or rather what may be hiding in the darkness, be it wild animals, or sometimes even worse, other humans. These are some instances
would you
caught
rather
on
be in a
video
forest
of
with a
campers
bear or a
realizing
guy?
they may not be alone in
I
the
think
middle
I'd rather
of the
be
woods.
with like 5 bears, to be honest.
Starting with this video, we see a group of friends out in the middle of the woods on a camping trip, where they were drinking by the fire and having a good time. The group started hearing strange noises in the not-so-far distance, noises that started with loud bangs and then turned into something more disturbing. When the sounds kept happening, one of the men decided to start recording, and this was the video he captured.
You hear that? Get Trevor. Austin, get the light.
Yeah, keep filming, keep filming. They seem like two dudes that would be a great podcast.
Fuck. Hey!
I don't know, I feel like it's just like a... Sometimes the guy just like goes into the woods to piss, you know? No, nothing wrong with some guys pissing in the woods.
Get my keys. Oh, get ready. Fuck.
Honestly, if you're camping,
Everybody.
it's
get
on
in
you,
my
not
truck.
gonna lie. You're willingly going into a forest
As you just
and like
heard,
you don't have any
the
Wi-Fi.
unknown
It's
bangs
kinda
in the
cooked.
distance were followed by strange animalistic grunts and calls. There is definitely
why
a
I
human
never go
element to the
camping.
vocals, but
One,
the
'cause
sheer
I hate
volume
camping, and two, 'cause I
power
don't wanna
behind the
die.
vocals,
I
especially
have a
taking
innate
into consideration how
self-preservation
significantly
instinct
diminished the
called
audio can
anxiety,
become in the recording
and
process,
that makes me fear
is
anything
what
and
creates
everything.
the question of whether these vocalizations were actually made by humans or not. The
Lychibe
sounds
likes
also
living.
appear to be coming from more than one
Lychibe
source,
likes being
as
safe
one call
in an
sounds much
air-conditioned
closer than the
environment.
other. The bangs are also very questionable. There's clearly a lot of power behind whatever the bangs are, and if the bangs were to be coming from a tree being hit with something by a human, the quick speed of the bangs would be shocking to say the least.
Nah,
The
it's just
bangs
two
do
dudes
seem to
having fun,
resemble
bro.
a kind of drumming sound, but that only opens the door to more questions, such as who and why would anyone be banging on drums in the middle of the woods at night?
It's just
Whatever
two
the
dudes
sounds
having
were,
fun.
the group of
With their
friends made the
socks
right
on.
call getting back in the truck and getting out of there as quickly as possible. Similarly, in this next video, another YouTuber is sitting by his campfire at his campsite at the Fairy Lake, Quebec, at some unknown hour
Wait,
in the
Quebec?
night.
That's close.
He hears sounds out in the distance.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Choosing
go to Quebec
investigate,
anymore.
The man walks through the pitch black woods with the only light being from his
Je
flashlight.
ne vais pas. Je n'aime pas Québécois.
Let's see how this place looks like without any lights.
Why? Are you
Pitch
stupid?
black. Imagine being out here. This is one of the
Do you hate-
creepiest
do you hate
forests
being
I've
safe?
ever been.
Do you hate being
I'll
safe?
be spending the night here.
Why?
I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the
do you hate
Blair
being
Witch
safe?
Project, but damn, this is just giving me Blair Witch Project vibes.
Moments after stating how familiar this environment is to the Blair Witch Project, this happens.
Bro has every possible option to not do
fuck.
this.
Oh, hi.
I wonder why guys have less
I need to get out of here.
lifespan than girls.
A high-pitched voice calls out from the darkness of the woods, "I see you." It sounds like it could have been a child.
Nah, that's
The
just
man
me, bro.
behind the camera acknowledges the possibility that it could have been another camper. However, he also mentions that he'd been in these woods many times and had never seen anyone else in them. Furthermore, if it was another camper,
Yeah, why
it would
those
be an
woods look kinda
incredibly
bare,
creepy
though?
thing to call out to
Those are
someone
like
else
the
in the woods,
twiggliest,
knowing the kind of fear it would
skinniest
likely instill in
little
anybody. The
Trunks
man
I've
made it
ever
back to his
seen.
campsite afterwards and didn't hear the voice ever again.
Those are the twinkiest trees I've ever seen in my life.
Another form of camping is car camping, usually done in a truck, van, or larger vehicle. Car camping can provide an added sense of security over a tent for a multitude of reasons. In the following video,
I honestly
a
think
young
people
man
should
named
just stop
Noah
camping.
took his truck out to Sun River, Oregon, where he found a deserted road alongside the woods. Noah decided to take his truck down this road
Why is
and
it
park
always so
there for
dark?
the night, where he would sleep. He thought this would be a perfect place to camp out since no one else would be around, but he was mistaken. At some point in the night, Noah was awoken to sounds outside of his truck, which was when he started recording on his GoPro.
I'm currently sleeping in the back
Ooh,
of my truck
ASMR.
right now. I don't even know what time it is. And there's someone walking around my truck right now. If you can hear that, it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though. I don't really know what to do. I'm a little freaked out right now. And it's like pitch black outside. Probably like 2 in the morning. And he
keeps breathing in my
walking
ear.
around, and he's like really close to my truck. I've never been this scared. And
Bro,
like,
this guy
it
keeps
doesn't make any
breathing
sense
into my
'cause I
right
work
ear.
somewhere where you can see no one was on that road. He's literally walking.
You know, I feel like some of these videos could be fake because, like,
On my truck.
you could just make that noise because you don't have
The back
camera
door's not
footage of it,
anywhere.
right? It's like
Wherever.
if you just turn the camera off and be like,
There's anyone in here.
there's somebody knocking on me. Like nobody's gonna be like, oh, okay, because you just gotta trust. You just gotta trust, bro. I don't trust bro right now.
I should have brought my gun back here.
It's pitch black, so there's no evidence.
I don't get it. is he not? I've noticed. Doesn't make any sense. We'll see.
Nice try, buddy. Nice try.
He's literally peeking through the door right now.
Okay, at that point, like,
I've never been this scared ever.
bro is so calm filming this video.
2:30 in the morning right now. He's still walking around my truck. I'm gonna try to see if I can flash my light to get him scared. There he is.
2 a.m. and I'm filming a YouTube video. I think somebody's knocking on my window. Do you guys hear that? I've never been more scared in my life. I don't know what to do, guys. I think he's coming. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think he sees me. Okay, everyone be quiet, okay? I don't want anyone to say anything, otherwise I'll get caught. I wouldn't want to get caught, you know? I wouldn't want him to notice me. I could just stop filming, but I'd lose really good content, and I need that ad revenue, you know? Okay, I think he's gone. Thank God.
He's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. Where the hell?
But most notably, perhaps you missed it, was a silhouette-looking object just briefly exposed by the light.
He's moved. I'm gonna have to go and check that out.
But this
Bro, I
might
can
not
barely
be the
see that.
last time this is seen. As he continues to walk, he stops in his tracks as he's sure he sees a person ahead of him in the darkness.
I swear, I keep seeing someone. Hold on.
Why does he sound like a nature guy? Why is he voicing this like a nature documentary? Ah, the mysterious googly guy in the
I
forest.
swear. There was. I think I'm gonna go this way. to be
It's just an
honest
average
with
night in Australia, no?
you. The hell? That is a person. I'm not even joking.
Oh!
The f***?
Okay, that's okay, that's pretty scary.
Oh, what was that?
He says he's confident this was a person as he saw them turn around and look at him. Others in the comments suggest it was a mannequin placed there by someone as a Halloween prank, while others bring up the close proximity to the cemetery and the white orbs and suggest that something paranormal was going on. And of course, there are some people who think it could have been staged as well. But what was really happening in this video is anybody's guess.
If you'd like to see more, please do let me know. But you have to watch with me, okay? Next video, you have to watch with me. If you watch it without me, I'm gonna cry. That was too... The first video was way too scary. I feel like the scariest videos are the ones with actual people because, you know what? Humans are freaking terrifying. As a bee myself, I am very scared of humans. I hope I can sleep tonight. I hope you can sleep tonight, and maybe if you can't sleep, purchase the Lychibe body pillow so I can sleep with you. That way we can get scared together, eh? Okay. Thanks for watching. Fly high, worker bees.